happy day today. We're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. And we're going to just bring some stuff in that you probably already know, but I'm going to add some science to it to hopefully make sense of the why behind what we do, right? I've got to be able to justify the why. Why do you do what you do? So let's take a little journey. We always talk about mindset and movement, one of the two, or both. And today we're going to talk a little bit about both, mindset and movement. So body and mind connection. You are made out of energy. Energy, as they say, cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be amplified and or diminished. So part of that mindset and movement are three things. Believe, do, and have. Because at the end of the day, what you believe is very, very important. And then not just what you believe. Once you start learning stuff, you have to believe it, and then you got to put it into action, right? Then you do something with that knowledge. Once you have the action, and then you will end up with what you have. So where you currently are, you don't want to be, so you might have to work on your belief system. So part of what we're going to do today, and I'll do this fairly quickly so that you can get a quick mind boggle about it, is we are at the end of the day battling inflammation. Now, what does inflammation have to do with your anxiety? What does inflammation have to do with pain or discomfort, being overweight? What does inflammation have to do with the way that you feel? Well, it has a lot to do with it because our mind and body, they work as one. In our life, we deal with stress. And stress can be physiological, or psychological. Body, mind. Body and mind, they work as one. Well, let's define stress a little bit better. Work-related. Stress can be relationship related, right? Stress can be food related, and stress can be your habits, right? Your habits as far as what do? Do you sit a lot at work? You have a very stressful job? What do you do a lot of? Maybe it's not work. Maybe it's just some of your habits where you don't take as good of a care of yourself as you should, which then creates physical stress. Now, let's make some things clear here. Stress doesn't necessarily have to be negative. Stress has been really been vilified in a little bit, but stress is normal in our bodies because relationship stress, if I say relationship stress, you might immediately think, well, it's a bad relationship. What if you just met someone new? And what if you are working with someone new and it is such a good and positive feeling that you create stress due to the fact that maybe you're going out and you're having a great time, your eating is out of whack, your biological clock is out of whack, right? And speaking of biological clock, sleep, not getting enough sleep, that's stressful too, but that we're gonna leave for another day. This continued stress leads to chronic inflammation. Now, that chronic inflammation, guess what that leads to? Probably already thought about this. Fat, right? Having your bodily systems get totally turned out of whack, well, your body's going to respond to it. That stress is going to be physiologically put out. And guess where? In fat cells, mostly visceral. So belly fat is very, very common here. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. Fat, right, and chronic inflammation, they go hand in hand because fat has these two. I'm gonna come down here. These two hormones, leptin, Leptin, and ghrelin, right? So this one says leptin is all about saying, hey, I am full, right? That's the stop sign, by the way. And ghrelin is all about, I am hungry. But when your hormones are out of whack due to the stress in your life and the chronic inflammation in your body, you're gonna hold on to some fat. And on top of that, the size of your fat cells is gonna go up, right? So the chronic inflammation throws these two hormones out of whack, and your body is just gonna hold on to fat. It's gonna store it. It's the size of the fat cells is going to increase, and this is why a lot of people end up having this conversation with me. But we can't ignore the fact that it's physiologically and psychologically related. So we're gonna solve that. How? Well, I've attached a little recipe for you and a small explanation to help reset your body on a daily basis. Let's add this to some of our daily habits that we have to live a better life and pursue a healthier body.